Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to see this, I would like to offer your elemental relationship reading for the elemental energy of air for December of 2024. Now these messages are general readings, so take what works for you, leave the rest for someone else. And I read intuitively, so the messages that come through will read what's on the cards, but then we'll see what Source has to bring forward as well. If you've never had your charts read or you're not sure what your elemental alignment would be, there is a link in the description down below for a natal chart. It's not sponsored, it's just a really good tool to have if you're wanting to take your research and your spirituality to a little bit deeper level. And it gives you the 12 houses on the with all the little planets and lines and dots and symbols. And then gives a 10 to 20 page report on what those actually mean and how that applies. So it's a really good source of information if you're curious. With that, we'll get started. With the relationship readings, I like to read for the singles within the element and then those in a relationship for the element. And then we'll look at a chakra energy where the energy settled for this period of time, and then we'll look at what the tarot has to say. So we'll get started here with air. Air covers the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if you're Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, listen up. Or if you have air high up in your birth charts. So your air singles, so these are, one of those people, it's you if you're single, is number 24, balance. I believe this is working with the heart chakra. What I'm getting with this one before we look in the book is this is a good time to address any imbalances in your life. If you are, let's say you're wanting a relationship but you work 60 hours a week, or you're wanting a relationship but your hobbies are taking up so much of your time you never go out or do anything. What I'm hearing with this one for our air singles is if you are wanting the relationship, then that would mean that you have to balance the time frames so that you can make space for that relationship. They're saying that a lot of you are in a good spot in most areas, like you're mentally good there, you're financially, all the stuff, but you've not allowed the time space to start to open up for that relationship. So what I'm hearing is take a look at how things are rolling right now, air, and see what needs to be brought into a little bit cleaner of a balance. So it is the fourth chakra, and the deity on the card is Hanuman. Hanuman has a human body and a monkey face, central figure in one of India's two greatest epics, the Ramayana. With immeasurable strength of will, he helped reunite divine lovers Ram and Sita after she had been stolen away. Here, Hanuman sits on a large rock on the seashore while waves break behind him. Revered as a symbol of selfless service, he represents loyalty, undying devotion, transcending concerns about one's own self and needs. And in the words of a Western guru, Ram Dass, his central attitude is, how can I help? And your key words with this one are finding inspiration, inward and outward balance, wisdom beyond logic, the importance of paying attention to your priorities, the truth of what you are feeling. Intuition and feelings are not the things you want to deal with. You like logic and reason, but this one is saying there is that balance that needs to be brought forward and that is reiterated from what was brought in, that this is a good time to do some reevaluation and follow your gut instinct on some stuff. If there's that feeling where your boss is saying, hey, there's a 10 more hours overtime if you want to work one more day this week, and your gut instinct is like, don't do this, follow that. It's not always the best option to be the first one to say yes to overtime, or to they're saying wasting, they're not giving me another option. Wasting your time with work when you have other interests, desires, or cravings that you would like to go do. Take the time for developing this other side of yourself. The intellectual and the logical, those are kind of native to air, but the intuitive and the emotional are a little bit more of a distance, depending on what else is in your sign or in your charts, obviously. But this is a good time to maybe expand that intuition a little bit, play with it, see how it plays out. And intuition and logic most often will be similar to each other. So one will enhance the other or reinforce it. So it's a good thing to kind of double check how things are going. Your first tarot is the Four of Air. Time to rest, take a vacation, allow more time before making a decision. Meditation providing answers. So Air, this is right up your alley, and it's a little bit of a call out because they're just reinforcing this thing that you're working way too hard, you're spending way too much time focusing on certain priorities, but negating the others, even though the others are the ones that you don't have yet, and those are the ones you want. Which in this situation is, it's looking like at least a relationship or a social life. Doesn't have to be a romantic one, but they're saying it's really time to step away, separate a little bit from the obsession with work. That's where they're like saying, take time to rest or a vacation. It's alright to say no to those extra shifts. It's alright to step back once in a while, because we are here to live life. We work to support that. When we start to flip the coin where we are living just so that we can work, there's a problem, and that's what this is bringing forward. Your second card is the Queen of Air. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you. Seeing the humor in a situation. Yeah, this is one of those things where it's bringing forward, you already have the knowledge, you already have the drive, you already have this whole list of things that qualify you for the job you have, probably one or two above that as well, if we're going to be serious here, Air. But what I'm hearing with this one is, this is why it's okay to say the no. You also have that charm to be able to be like, you know what, I'm good. Well, we really need you, but you have the charisma to politely but carefully let the other side down without hurting them or damaging future opportunities. But really, with these two cards, what they're wanting you to hear is, do not be afraid to take a break. Do not be afraid to step away for a moment. You have an amazing foundation established already, Air, that you're allowed to pursue the social life. You're allowed to pursue the relationship. And what I'm hearing very clearly right now is, give yourself permission and time to do the things that you are wanting to do. That doesn't mean to quit your job, but it does mean to maybe not work as many hours, because is it really benefiting you in the long run? So that's something you have to evaluate. But that goes back to the finding your balance. So, but that's what I'm hearing, is it's a good time to slow down a little bit, step back, and be like, wait, what's going on here? Do some reevaluation, because you're getting a little one focused on things, which is, it happens. But let's take a peek at our Air couples. Now, this could be you as Air in a relationship, or you could be in a relationship with an Air sign. And this is easy. Your chakra energy is in the root. It's number 1. It's the strength energy. With the root, it's about personal survival, personal comfort, learning how to exist in the world. And what I'm hearing with this one is, it's really a good time to recheck, make sure that you're not too focused on other priorities, that you're not too focused on other projects. Are you taking care of the things that are the most important? Are you taking care of the hearth and home? Are you making sure that there's some stuff set aside for a rainy day? Doesn't have to be a lot. $5 a month will add up. And so it's things like that that I'm hearing for you within the relationship. So let's see what the book has to say. The deity in the planetary association is Mars. Mars is sometimes known as the warring god. He personifies the powers to direct energy towards winning battles between wisdom and ego. Exalted on earth for surmounting obstacles and fearlessly fulfilling duties, he embodies the discipline and knowledge needed to evolve from the lower to the higher chakras. So I'm also hearing that this could be a start of a new spiritual path. It doesn't mean that the old one is dead or over, but it means that you have achieved a high state and now it's time to do a quick refresher before the next level up. Focused will, finding your strength, resilience, taking action, processing your truth, a deep-rooted sense of commitment. They're also saying this is a really good time to reinforce the bonds of your relationship. It's not saying anything's weak or bad. It's saying that it's always a good idea to Remind the other person why they fell in love with you, and sometimes remind yourself why you fell in love with them. And that's where you do the little things like you buy them flowers spontaneously, or you show up to pick them up from home because you're going to dinner just on a whim. Don't dress up. We're not doing any of that. Like, make sure you got pants on. Let's go. But it's doing the little spontaneous romantic gestures. If you've got a spouse at home that's taking care of the kids, you come home from work, just go ahead and do the dishes. Go ahead and do the laundry. Whatever it is, do something without being asked. There's always something to do around a household. So, but it's these little things that are reinforcing that foundation, which is the hearth, the home. And air, you tend to want to be up in the higher chakras because it's more about intellect and reason and logic. But when you actually go down and look through the lower chakras, especially the root, your foundational energy is where you will go to rest and recover. So when that is at peace, the rest of the chakras will start to settle down because your foundation is strong. So that's what I'm getting for this one. Your first tarot is the Two of Water, relationships continuing to grow closer, forgiveness, resolution of a conflict. If there's been any issues, this is a good time to find the root cause of it and apologize. Apologize, even if you were the one who they're like, oops, I'm wrong. Allow yourself to apologize for anything that you said or the way you made them feel. Let them apologize to you, but also apologize back. We are in a period of time where it's time to clear out the negativity. It's time to clear out the frustration. That doesn't mean to turn a blind eye to bad habits. What it means is accept your role in whatever was happening and allow that to grow deeper. Reinforce the loving part of the relationship, really tap into that deeper emotional bond. And air emotions are not usually the most comfortable thing for this element, but this is a good time to practice that and expand it. When an air, from what I've seen, when an air just really puts the effort into a relationship, that relationship becomes a lot stronger because they are battling against their logical and analytical, this is why we do it, and this is because. When you take it to, this is the logical side, because I feel this way towards you, it actually helps to bond. So it's a good way to mix the two. Your second one, air, apparently you need to listen to some water, is the Eight of Water, a desire to move on, searching for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. If the outside world is becoming too chaotic, that's that desire to escape to your spouse, escape to your environment that is your foundation and your grounding. Your strength lies in your foundation, and that's what they're wanting to bring forward. The Two of Water is saying really connect. If there's been something going on that's a little bit of a frustration, find a way to resolve that and come back together. The Eight of Water is saying even though things might be a little bit chaotic, there's something deeper that you've been looking for, and that is that emotional connection. So allow yourself to open to that. Again, I read intuitively, so these are the messages coming through. But what I'm hearing is this is a good time to separate, maybe not go to all the parties. It's Christmas, it's Yule, it's all those, exciting things. Find reasons to be connected. If your spouse doesn't want to go, then it's not a big deal, don't go. If they are feeling maybe a little under the weather as far as emotionally, like I just don't feel right about going out, then fine. If they're okay with you going, great, but make sure that you're listening, not just observing. Oh, I hear what I want to hear. Pay attention to their body language. But that's what I'm hearing with this one is find reasons to grow deeper in your relationship. Air, this is your foundation. This is your core. This is the root chakra energy. And so what they're wanting to make sure, again, just keep repeating it, find reasons to bond with your partner in this next month time period. Really work with developing that deeper connection. If things need to settle down outside, then maybe say no to some stuff just so that you can keep that connection, because they're saying that is the foundation of everything for you right now. So if these messages resonate, please let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, all those fun streamer things, and I will see you guys in the next video.